Greetings, Africa enthusiasts. This is one of the most heartbreaking things I witnessed while living in the Gambia. I felt such sorrow for the people as they have no resources to overcome these challenges. In developed countries, there's aid and support. In Africa, there's only suffering. So I'm praying for the Gambia and its people. Recently, 64 young Gambians reported missing at sea were feared dead. The boat included both women and children. Only 4 people survived. These heartbreaking words have come all too common in the Gambia. For years, we've watched as the youth, our sons, daughters, brothers, and sisters vanish in deserts, drown in unforgiving seas, and disappear in foreign lands, all while seeking a better life. This tragic pattern, repeating year after year, has become so normalized that these losses barely make the headlines anymore. We've grown numb to the disappearance of our young people. But this is not normal, nor is it acceptable. Why does this keep happening? The blame falls on many fronts. First, the lack of economic opportunities, education, and employment in the Gambia leaves many of the young people feeling hopeless, desperate for a chance to escape poverty, with no job prospects or skilled training available. They are lured by false promises of a better life abroad. They believe that leaving through the back way, taking dangerous, illegal routes to Europe or other countries, will offer them a chance to succeed. But they leave with no knowledge, no skills, no realistic understanding of what awaits them in countries where they are neither wanted or needed. Despite Gambia's small size of over 35,000, have made the perilous journey to Europe between 2014 and 2018, according to the United Nations Migration Agency. Gambians crossing the Mediterranean to Europe, journeying through Tunisia to the Libya desert, and dying. Some make it. However, they cannot survive. They end up on the streets. They end up selling drugs. The women are in prostitution. And now many of them are being returned to Gambia. These young people are often misled by the smugglers who profit from their desperation. This is the part of the black on black hate that troubles me. How can your own kind risk the life of girls, boys, young adults for a small profit, while governments turn a blind eye to the systemic failures that drive this migration? The result is always tragic. Gambian youth is the future. They perish in foreign lands or end up living in complete misery, being exploited or detained in countries that never had a place for them. So, who is to blame? Is it a shared responsibility? The government for failing to provide opportunities, families for not educating their children about the dangers, and smugglers for taking advantage of vulnerable people. But blaming alone is not enough. We need some solutions. The solution starts with creating real opportunities for Gambians at home on their own soil. This means investing in education, job training, entrepreneurship to equip the youth with skills needed to succeed in the Gambia. We must educate the young people about the harsh realities of irregular migrations. We should dispel the myths and show them that there is hope in staying. It is also vital for the government to crack down on human smugglers and improve collaboration with other nations to curb the exploitation of our people. It is critical for the government to be proactive versus reactive. They have become immune to what is going on to these young people. It has occurred so many times, and the frequency of the deaths of young people crossing the sea on a dinky boat, 60, 70, 80, plenty dying time after time after time. So the government, the Gambian government to be specific, has a lot of work to do to make sure its citizens and the young people have opportunities to stop them from taking such a risk to go to a country where they are not wanted. The Gambia is losing its future. The youth is the backbone of the nation. They are being sacrificed to the horrors of irregular migration, prostitution, drug addiction, and falling prey to poverty. This is not just a statistic. It's a crisis that threatens the survival of our people. When Gambians hurt, we all should hurt. If we do not act now to create change, we risk losing the very soul of this blessed nation. This fight is not about ego or personal gain. It's about the future of families, of the youth, and for the country. We must stand united together to save the Gambia. I lived in Gambia for years after learning that my father and mother ancestry was Mandinka and Fulani. I am just as much Gambian, not because of geographical location, because I believe and support and love the people of the country, and I support the country and its initiative. I am praying for a rude awakening for this government to be shaken by the atrocities that's taking place in this beautiful small country. So today, I send my heartfelt condolences to the family of the women, the children, and the men who lost their lives at sea trying to go the back way. My heartfelt condolences to the family. Gambia, we must do better. We must learn to honor one another. We must create opportunities for our people, near and abroad. So we give thanks today, and we honor those who thought it was best for them to escape poverty, but ended up being swallowed by the sea.